in the first half on a penalty kick. And talking about Pele and the book that's already out, My Life in the Beautiful Game, published by Doubleday. It's available now in bookstores. Be sure to get your copy now. There's the story. First half, Diplomats 2, Cosmos 1.
Actually, apart from the fight, it's been a pretty entertaining game.
I think so.
I'm wondering now how long Eddie Fermani will keep Pele in the game, considering the fact that it's out of hand. Cosmos playing with 10 players. They had Hunt thrown out. Diplomats playing with 9 players. They had Roy Wilner and Alex Pringle thrown out of the game, and the Cosmos trailing 2-1, and the second half is underway with Jomo Sono to Pele. Pele with the ball to Ramon Mifflin. Back to Pele. Cosmos have a man advantage and will have it for 45 minutes or more, depending on whether we go into overtime or what.
All right. Hey, Jim, good news for you, by the way. Shep did return your jacket.
Just threw it on the floor. No respect. Rodney Dangerfield.
Right.
All right, with the ball. Steve Hunt for Alberto, but there's a good defensive play by Jimmy Steele. Had Steele not knocked that ball down, Alberto's in on goal. Here comes Sono in on goal, and Eric Martin is up to it. So it's a 2-1 game. The Diplomats over the Cosmos, the last regular season game for both clubs. This will be the last game for the Diplomats, so it's not going to the playoffs, and as you know, the Cosmos are Wednesday at the Giant Stadium against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. The last time the Rowdies came to Giant Stadium, 62,000 people showed up.
What was that? How about that day? I remember that day. That was Father's Day. And a father by the name of Pele felt like a kid, he told me. He said, I felt like I was 20 years younger seeing that crowd at 62,000. He said, that's one of the reasons why I came here, to see that.
All right, Alan Spavin with the ball in the middle of the field now. The coach of the Diplomats gets it to Alan Green inside the 35-yard line. It's Jimmy Redfern who scored 2 for Washington. Back to Alan Green now. The Diplomats in the red uniforms, if you're just tuning in, they scored 2 in the first half. Redfern, both of them. 1 in a penalty kick, and the Cosmos scored 1. Pele on the penalty. The interception, Cosmos. Garbett ripped off the ball and fouled by Jimmy Steele.
Jimmy, we talked during the first half about making the presentation of the Schaefer Star of the Year award. We did not get to it at halftime, but we will during the second half.
For sure, Howard. Alberto now on the free kick to Bobby Smith inside the 35 of Washington. Bobby Smith against Stokes. Now his cross is chested down by Jimmy Steele, who's been a bulwark on that defense, not only tonight, but all year long for Washington club. Jimmy Steele. Back to Eric Martin. And again, Pele was active this time. All right, as Howard mentioned, that Schaefer Star of the Year award, we've been doing it every game this season, and we have a winner.
You know, for the past 3 years, the people at Schaefer Beer have presented the most valuable player awards in different sports, and 1977 is no exception. With the Cosmos, the most valuable player for 1977 is this gentleman right here, number 7, Tony Fields, a man that's listened to some jeers at Giant Stadium that have now turned to cheers. And my personal congratulations to you, Tony. And with my congratulations goes along this absolutely sensational watercolor sketch that was done by Leroy Neiman, the very famous sports artist, and I know you're going to cherish this very much.
Yes, certainly. I think it's a wonderful picture, and I'll treasure it for the rest of my life.
Are you happy this year, Tony, with the way you've played personally?
Yes, I've been reasonably happy this year. I thought I've done my best this year for the Cosmos.
Tony, I extend to you my personal congratulations. As I said, I think it's an honor that's so richly deserved, and congratulations on being the Schaefer Star of the Year for the Cosmos in 1977.
Thank you very much, Howard. Thank you.
Congratulations to an outstanding young man who plays 150% every game and has for 2 years with the Cosmos. Not always appreciated, but I think becoming more and more appreciated by Cosmos fans. He's always been appreciated and respected by his opponents. All right, we're heading to live action now. It's a 2-1 game, Washington. Eric Martin has been brilliant. Back to Mike Lester now. Cosmos playing 1 man short, Washington playing 2 men short as a result of a fight with 1:27 to go in the half. Now the fans aren't too happy with the action. We had some whistles and jeers. Now Washington on the attack. Here's a long ball coming to the penalty area. Redfern was streaking forward, but Cosmos pick it off. Rildo to Carlos Alberto. A good ball to Terry Garbett. Garbett looking for a man now as Alan Green plays him. Here's Terry Garbett at the 35 of Cosmos. 2-1 game, Washington on top. Jim Carvelis and Howard David. We see no substitute on the field yet. I'm not really convinced that Pele will finish his game. And he is tripped by McAllister here. McAllister trips Pele as he tried to make the move around him. Now the Cosmos will get a free kick. And how many times have you seen Pele knock this in the goal? Pele has scored already tonight on a penalty kick. That's Terry Garbett. He'll probably tee it up for him, Howard, as the Washington wall is forming, as you see to the right.
A lot of question in some people's minds as to what about broadcast of the playoffs. We'll be telling you that in just a second as to what the story is. We will have radio for you on Wednesday at Giant Stadium over WOR, beginning with airtime at 8 o'clock.
All right, Alberto is back there with Garbett. Garbett will probably tee it up for Pele. Now Pele just hits it, and it just goes wide. I think Martin felt that, Pele felt that Martin thought he was going to hit it to his left, so Pele tried to hit it, sneak it by him on the right side, but it missed the goal. From RFK Stadium with a score, the Diplomats 2 and the Cosmos 1, you are watching Cosmos Soccer.
Now, class, you're great. Miss Baxter, I just want to say thanks for all you've done.
Hey, fellow students, can't you see? Learning only comes with originality. A Dr. Pepper. What's so original about a cola? It's not a cola, it's much, much more.
Remarkable taste.
Drink Dr. Pepper. It's the most original soft drink ever in the whole wide world.
A for originality, D in everything else.
Pele, Quinalha, the best in the game. On their classy feet, you'll see only the best. Tony, the soccer shoe of champions. More and more of the world's finest athletes are turning to Pony because Pony means winning. And now you can wear the shoe of champions, too. Pony soccer shoes come in both men's and boys' sizes and are available at fine sporting goods stores everywhere. Available now at Herman's World of Sporting Goods, Paragon, and J.C. Penney. Time remaining, 38 minutes, 45 seconds. Cosmos coming within a whisker of a goal. They trail it 2-1. All right, our broadcast now on the 10th. That's Wednesday. It'll be on WOR at 8:05. The 14th at home against Fort Lauderdale at 7:05. The 17th in Fort Lauderdale. Of course, this is all contingent upon the Cosmos beating Tampa. But if they play Fort Lauderdale, at home at 7:05 on radio, the 17th in Fort Lauderdale, it'll be live on radio and delayed on television. Cosmos are one short, which is, of course, Steve Hunt. And the Diplomats are too short because all of that fighting in the first half and the ejections took place at that time.
We almost had another one there, too. A confrontation in front of the net. Cosmos were bombarding the goal, and then it looked like Mike Lester was going after Pele, and almost another sortie there. Rildo. And there's going to be a foul. Rildo fouling Redfern. So it's that kind of a game now.
And you are those kind of fans that do come out to Cosmos games. I know Joe Manfredi was telling me, the guy from Safe Toyota, that a lot of the Cosmos fans have stopped into his dealership at 1850 Coney Island Avenue in Brooklyn. Safe Toyota, the official car dealer of the Cosmos.
2-1, Diplomats on top. Far side of the field, you see Eddie Fermani talking with his opposing coach, Alan Spavin. Spavin, number 6, talking to Eddie. And they're probably saying, hey, let's settle both of these clubs down. We don't need any more fights, any more fouls. We don't need any injuries at all.
By the way, we do have a quote from the commissioner of the league, Phil Woosnam. The ejections do not carry into the playoffs, and that's good news for Cosmos fans. Stevie Hunt said that he tried to defend Tony Field. He said, I think the crowd and the players got him sent off. This is a quote from Stevie Hunt.
All right, Washington attacking now, a man shy. Garbett clears the ball nicely to Tony Field. It goes by Tony, and now it's going to be a foul call, I believe. It's going to be a handball against Tony Field. Tony, handball, watching Washington put it in play with Alan Spavin, 35-yard line. Spav's ball now going for Redfern, knocked away nicely by Rildo over the far sideline. It'll be a throw-in coming for the Diplomats. Diplomats throw in. There's the story, 2-1 Diplomats. Time remaining, 36:30 to play in the game. Stokes has it knocked away. And now there's going to be a foul called against Bobby Stokes, fouling Ramon Mifflin. Stokes fouling Mifflin. Good news, Howard, about the ejections from the playoffs. I was wondering about that. I'm sure so were the viewers.
Well, that worry has now been removed. Stevie Hunt will be available for the playoffs, although he was ejected from this game.
All right, Jimmy Steele going, and he talked the official into that. Steele and Sono were going there. Jomo's really played an outstanding game, and I'm sure that Eddie Famani isn't happy with the score, but he's got to be happy with the performance of Jomo Sono. All right, here's Mike Lester now. Garbutt playing him. Bobby Stokes. Now, Stokes listed as a striker, but he's back playing defense. And, of course, Washington playing a man shy, leading 2-1. You might expect them to play a little bit of defense. They'd love to have the game end up 2-1.
Well, it's a far cry from July 27th when the Cosmos ripped Washington 8-2. It's a much different Washington team, at least on what's going on out there.
And one of the reasons is that they've got two key players in there, actually three. Spavin is playing. Jimmy Steele playing on the defense. He's played great. And, of course, Jimmy Redfern playing, who didn't play against New York, and he scored 2 goals. They were against the Cosmos. He scored 2. Now, the fans are not happy with this style of play now. The Diplomats are really very defensive here at this point. The fans want to see some action, as it's going to go back, I believe, to Eric Martin again. From RFK Stadium, the score, Diplomats 2, the Cosmos 1. You're watching Cosmos Soccer.
It's a brand new day for me. Gotta learn my ABC.
Gotta open up the shop, and then I've got to make one stop. Gotta rush delivery.
Gotta ride in harmony.
Gotta drop the whole team off. Then I've got to stop back off.
People, all kinds of people, more than a million a day, keep their lives moving on by making a stop along the way. Let's go, the stop that keeps America going.
Every day, over 1 million people stop at Gulf for high-quality gasolines and motor oils. Formulated by Gulf for top efficiency to help your engine last. Going somewhere? Remember, use your fuel wisely. And when it's time, stop at Gulf.
Stop, the stop that keeps America going.
All right, back to the action. Tony Field heading it in front and over the top. And Jimmy Steele made the saving header as the Cosmos almost tied the game. Belay's cross to Tony Field was brilliant. Watch it right here. Far post, Tony heads it in front of the net. And big Jim Steele getting there along with another Washington defender headed over the top. It was Alan Spavin, the coach, who saved the day.
Right, Spavin, maybe it looks on the surface like he saved the day. He could have put it in his own net. It was that close.
All right, Cosmos attacking again. Carlos Alberto outside the box in the penalty area for Sono. Surrounded by Diplomats and taken away by Jimmy Steele back to Eric Martin. So the score remains at 2-1 Diplomats.
I'm watching Jimmy Steele as he's applauding his teammates for playing good defense out there, really turning his players on. Cosmos are not to be denied. They're really hustling. Here's Jomo.
Jomo Sono to the end line in front, and Pele hit it into the upper deck. Pele hit it in the mezzanine.
How many baseball players have ever done that? All right, another look at this at Jomo as he takes it way down low by the end line. Brings it in. Pele just got a little bit too much of it underneath and drove it over the bar.
And the reason for that was, by the way, that Pele was falling backwards when he took the shot, so he got under the ball much too much and hit it in the mezzanine. That was a Frank Howard home run out here a couple of years ago.
Right. Eric Martin teeing it up and drilling it out past midfield. Werner Ross, by the way, has been hit with a yellow card. 2 of the Washington Diplomats have been ejected. Roy Wilner and Alex Pringle have been ejected for a first-half fight. Steve Hunt also has been ejected from the Cosmos. So Washington playing 2 men short. Cosmos won with 32:25 remaining in the match, and Washington leading it by the score of 2-1.
All right, the Diplomats with a 2-1 lead. We have 32:18 to play in the game. Jim Carvelis, Howard David, RFK Stadium here in Washington, D.C. At times, it's been a brilliant game. At times, it's been a despicable game with some of the fighting that's going on. Here's Pele for Jomo Sono. He didn't really anticipate that. Pele playing it to Sono. Eric Martin has been an outstanding goalkeeper, no doubt about it. First playoff game, Tampa Bay, Wednesday. You won't want to miss that. And there are plenty of good seats remaining. I don't know how long they're going to be good seats remaining. All right, referee says play on. There was no foul there. But get your tickets. Get them tomorrow, not tomorrow, but on Monday. And you can pick them up at the Cosmos office at the Warner Communications Building, 75 Rockefeller Plaza. and a number of other locations. Howard, you might want to fill us in on that.
Right, Jim. Fidelity Union Trust Bank branches in northern New Jersey. And if you'd like a location nearest you, call the information number at 201-621-8600. Also, at the 210 Manufacturers Hanover branches from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Look there at Terry Garbutt and how much he has hustled in recent weeks since he's been in the starting lineup. Also, you can get your tickets at Ticketron, Charge It, and the Cosmos office at the 75 Rockefeller Plaza, and, of course, at Giant Stadium. That's for the playoff game Wednesday, Giant Stadium against Tampa Bay.
Ramon Mifflin now on the left to Tony Field. Tony taking on McAllister in the penalty area. Tony in front, and I believe it's last touch by Tony Field. From RFK Stadium, the score, Diplomats 2, Cosmos 1. You're watching Cosmos Soccer.
200 million people, no two are quite the same. Each doing things their own way, each plays a different game. And folks who love things their way will take up the Burger King.
We broil 600 million burgers a year, fresh and hot, one at a time.
America loves burgers, and we're America's Burger King.
What's the secret behind Schaefer Beer's consistently great taste? Well, it starts with the country pure water that flows into Schaefer's Lehigh Valley Brewery. Then, Schaefer's brewed twice, Kreuzen brewed. For over 130 years, every Schaefer's been Kreuzen brewed for a smooth, crisp, consistently great taste. Schaefer consistency. Put it to the test. You'll find your last one tastes as good as your first.
All right, back
Time
to the
remaining 29 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the match. Cosmos trail it by the score of 2-1, but the Cosmos are on the move now and into the game right there. Number 18, Yadrenko Topic, who's into the game in place of Rildo, is Eddie Fromani looking for some offense in relatively quick order.
So Topic gets into the game, and 20 seconds later, he gets a little wet. Knocked down to the turf here at RFK Stadium. His feet are wet. Yadrenko Topic, he really hasn't played for 7 or 8 weeks, Howard. Had some injuries and then couldn't get back in the lineup. Garbutt, far post now, goes over the goal line. Tony Field was pushing Kenny Hill away to get to the ball. Hill had really good position on Tony. There was no foul called on the play. Good shot of Mike Lester, number 3, the Diplomats defender. It was actually the one nailed by Pelé on that left hand.
Well, perhaps was attended to during the halftime. By the way, if you are wondering what the story is on a Wednesday, Tampa Bay lost yesterday 1-0 to St. Louis in St. Louis, so the Cosmos finished second, regardless of the outcome of this game, although they'd like to win it, obviously. Therefore, the Cosmos will host Tampa Bay Wednesday night. Get your tickets early. That's Wednesday night, August the 10th. 8 o'clock is kickoff time for the playoff game with Tampa Bay.
All right, again, a Cosmo attack thwarted at the penalty area by the Washington Diplomats. We still have a 2-1 game in favor of Washington. We have 28-24 to play in the game. Last regular season game for the Cosmos. They begin their second season on Wednesday. Rildo replaced by Topic, so an offensive player replacing a defensive player, and you know what Eddie Romani's got in his mind. And even though this is a meaningless game for the Cosmos, you see where Eddie's coming from. He still wants to win it. He still wants to press forward and also give Topic some time. Knocked down nicely by Carlos Alberto. Alberto with great skill. Here he comes. Carlos Alberto. Play on the right here, intended for Topic. If he can get to it, he cannot. Carlos Alberto, who is so brilliant coming forward, an outstanding defender who creates from behind, much as does Beckenbauer. Here's Topic, number 18. Actually, his best position is wing, right wing. He takes players on and beats them and creates problems. But keep in mind, he hasn't played in 7 or 8 weeks. Let's see how fit he really is. Topic throw into Ramon Mifflin. Mifflin. Now, good ball for Bobby Smith. Overran it. Bobby Smith. Everyone moving forward for the Cosmos now. They're looking for the equalizing goal. Tony Field, our Schaefer Player of the Year, in the penalty area. Shot! Save! And right in front, Terry Garbutt hurt his knee. Garbutt down on the ground, hurt his knee right in front of Eric Martin. I believe that's Garbutt. I'm not sure. Now, let me check.
No, it's Topic.
It's Topic. It's Yadrenko Topic, who just came in the game.
Pele was screaming for a foul. Looked like Topic was pushed from behind.
All right, now actually, this is an offside if the official hasn't called.
He's running it off. Topic
didn't have the ball. As you saw, Topic playing in front of the goalkeeper. There's Jimmy Steele going with Garbett. Topic is up. Let's watch it. Watch it again now. Now, Bobby Smith gets it to Tony Field. Tony made a good move to get in the penalty area. He turned the defender around. Then when he came in, he crosses in front. Martin, it was a shot saved by Martin. Now, Topic is on the ground there. And he banged up his knee, but I believe he's okay because here he is as we're back to the live action. Garbett, Terry Garbett, guarded by Redfern. And now to Ramon Mifflin, 35 of Washington. Now it's been a relentless Cosmos attack again, looking to tie the game. Here comes Tony Field, chipping in front, but Jimmy Steele is there to knock it away. Jimmy Steele is there to knock it away, but the Cosmos will get a throw in deep in Washington territory now with 25:42 to play in the game. Now Tony Field, a battle going on there. There's going to be a foul called against Tony Field. From RFK Stadium, the score, the Diplomats 2, the Cosmos 1. You're watching Cosmos Soccer.
Pele, Quinalha, the best in the game. On their classy feet, you'll see only the best. Pony, the soccer shoe of champions. More and more of the world's finest athletes are turning to Pony because Pony means winning. And now you can wear the shoe of champions, too. Pony soccer shoes come in both men's and boys' sizes and are available at fine sporting goods stores everywhere.
Good day. Shadow, you're such a copycat. I tip my hat, you tip your hat. Can't you be more original than that?
Cola, please. Cola, please.
Yeah, I'll have a cola, too.
A cola? I'm a copycat. Change that to a Dr. Pepper.
A Dr. Pepper?
It's not a cola. It's much, much more.
Terrific.
Drink Dr. Pepper. It's the most original soft drink ever in the whole wide world.
Change ours to a Dr. Pepper.
Time remaining 24 minutes, 25 seconds. That's the story. Diplomats 2, Cosmos 1 as we're in the second half. Cosmos trying to get the equalizer. They've added Yatrenko Topic into the attacking area to replace the defender Rildo. And we have another substitution. Nelson Moraes comes into the game. As you get a look there at Pele. Ramon Mifflin comes out of the game, replaced by Nelson Moraes. The quick shot of Nelson going from left to right on your screen as Tony Field gives it off to Werner Ross, moving it up from the right side.
All right, Topic with the ball now. Cosmos attacking, looking to tie the game with 24:08 to play in the game. Here's Tony Field. Tony towards Sono, but there's Big Jim Steele to knock it out again. What a game Big Jim Steele has played for the Diplomats. Cosmos down 2-1. Looking ahead, I'm sure, to Wednesday against Tampa Bay. Topic now for Tony Field, broken up by Steele again. Spavin with the ball. To Steele. Steele to Lester, back to Spavin. Nice pass by Spavin to Jimmy Redfern. Redfern, who scored both Diplomat goals at the Diplomat 35. Garbett breaks it up. And who's got the ball now? It's Terry Garbett back to Carlos Alberto. Garbett doing a good defensive job. Terry Garbett with the ball back to Alberto. Alberto to Nelson Moraes, the new man in the game. To Pele in Washington zone. Pele to the 35-yard line. Tips it for Bobby Smith to come in on goal. Martin saw it coming. The ball went over the goal line. It should be, I believe, a goal kick coming up. Let's wait and see. Martin in the crowd as Nelson Moraes takes time to adjust his socks. Eric Martin went into a lot of photographers over there. And he's still in there. He's up on his feet. I believe he's all right. He went out there, a collision with Bobby Smith.
But we'll have a goal kick when the action resumes. Say, listen now, Progressive Foods is giving away free jars of their barbecue sauce to all individuals participating in tailgate parties at the Cosmos' first home playoff game, which is Wednesday, August 10th. So be sure to join in the fun at the parking lots 9 and 11 and 10 and 12. With the score, the Washington Diplomats 2, the Cosmos 1. You are watching Cosmos Soccer.
People all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making a stop along the
Every day, over 1 million people stop at Gulf for high-quality products and a choice of full or self-service. Use your fuel wisely, and when it's time, stop at Gulf.
That keeps America going.
200 million people, no two are quite the same. Each doing things their own way, each plays a different game. Then folks who love things their way will they come to Burger King.
We broil 600 million burgers a year, fresh and hot, one at a time.
America loves burgers, and we're America's Burger King.
The time remaining, 22-21 remaining in the match. Diplomats lead at 2-1 on the cross. Good play there by Eric Martin coming out. And, boy, Eric Martin's made one fine save after another tonight, Jim.
Eric Martin, an outstanding evening. He's the reason the Cosmos aren't up by 2 or 3 tonight. As I promoted him, really. I had a lot of nice things to say about him in the telecast in New York before the 8-2 game, calling him one of the best goalkeepers in the league. And I got a lot of shtick afterwards, Howard, from people saying, yeah, he's really great. They scored 8 goals against him. But I think tonight, you're seeing what I meant. He's an outstanding goalkeeper. Cosmos were devastating that night. His defense was suspect. You didn't have Jimmy Steele there. But you're seeing tonight one of the best goalkeepers in all of North America.
You know, I think that's a misapprehension a lot of folks have. You know, when a team scores a lot of goals on you, right away you blame the goalkeeper. Then you stop and analyze everything. Hey, it's like Shep Missing. You know, Shep went through a spell where he let up, 9 goals in 2 games, and out of the 9 goals, you could probably fault him on maybe 1 or 2.
Old expression, Howard. You're never as good as you look when you're losing, or as bad as you look when you're losing, or as good as you look when you're winning. And maybe somewhere between that performance and this one is Eric Martin. He's an outstanding keeper, no doubt about it. Pele with the ball, 35-yard line. Pele looking for someone to break through. Topic was breaking. Now they go to Alberto. Carlos takes a shot wide. For the Cosmos, taking the shot from the outside. It's been Cosmos attacking most of this game. But it's been Washington with 2 goals and the Cosmos 1. And you have a good shot of Bobby Smith, reinstated when Eddie Fermani came back. And he's done a good job in the defense. And one of the reasons Eddie wanted Bobby Smith in there was he's great in the air. And a lot of high balls coming in that penalty area. Bobby Smith is going to get his head on him and knock him out of danger. And Bobby has played well for Eddie Fermani and the Cosmos. All right, Pele, broken up by Big Jim Steele. They're picked up by the Cosmos again. Back to Pele at the 35. Pele chips it from Marias, now to Sono. Back, the shot. Martin leg save.
Oh.
Martin made a great leg save.
Got offside call. Offside was the call. Offside was the call. The official would not, Peter Johnson would not have allowed the goal had it gone in, but he did call offside. We're going to get another substitution. I believe Tony Field is going to come out of the game. He'll take another look at it. There's Pele, chipping it. Nelsie heading the ball over to Jomo. And Jomo, what a good give-and-go play. But Eric Martin right there again.
Nelsie Marias offside, and he was. But it was a pretty play. Cosmos still down 2-1. 20-10 to play in the match. Diplomats leading, and this man with the ball right now, Eric Martin, has been the big reason that Washington has held on to this lead. All right, Mike Lester.
Excuse me, Jim. I started to say before that number 7, Tony Field, was probably going to come out of the game because I see Gary Etherington warming up on the far sideline. And I thought that the across the way that they were holding up a sign number 7. Perhaps Tony is the one that's going to come out. We'll wait and see. In the meantime, the play goes on with 19:40 remaining, and the Cosmos trail 2-1.
Howard, I'm excited about the playoffs. I know New York and New Jersey and the surrounding area are excited about the playoffs, too. You know, the Cosmos haven't had a home playoff game, I don't believe. And,
well, last year.
And when they won the championship, and here's Greeny's shot, deflected back to Yassin. When they beat St. Louis 2-1 for the champion, I believe that's the last home playoff game they had.
Now, last year against Washington at Shea Stadium.
Shea Stadium against Washington, you're right, 2-0. And there's Gary Etherington, a native of this area from nearby Virginia, Northern Virginia, and he's going to have a chance to play in front of a lot of fans that know all about Gary Etherington. Right now, it's Topic, who's knocked down and fouled. Zdranko Topic is knocked down and fouled by Mike Lester. Topic has only been in here for about 15 or 20 minutes, but he's been on the ground most of the time. All right, here's Tony Field now. The referee says, put it back and let's start again. That's right, it was a 2-0 win over the Diplomats, and before that it had been a 2-1 over St. Louis. And now here's the cross in front, and there's Eric Martin again, beating Jomo Sono to the ball. Eric Martin and Sono colliding, and Martin wins that matchup again. So it's going to be excitement time Wednesday, Howard. I can't wait for that, really. And then if the Cosmos should win that, then it's home and home against Fort Lauderdale Sunday, Giant Stadium, Wednesday in Fort Lauderdale. And who knows where they could go from there. Maybe a championship, hopefully.
Hey, there's nothing in the rule book to say that broadcasters can't get excited about playoff games as much as players, you know.
Well,
it's really an exciting time.
Here's the long ball, Alberto for Jomo Sono. Sono has it knocked out by Jimmy Steele. Steele's been all over the field tonight, no doubt about it. 17:52 to play in the game. Terry Garbett. Garbett looking outside Alberto, and his chip is not a good one. Cleared by McAllister over the far sideline, throwing Cosmos. 17:39 to play in the game. There's one of the ball persons, and here's Gary Etherington coming into your screen. Gary Etherington from Mount Vernon, Virginia, replacing Tony Field. Tony, workmanlike job again tonight. All right, here's Pele. Pele's pass slows up on that grass and intercepted by Jimmy Redfern. Here's Redfern all by himself, taking on the Cosmos team, and Alberto knocks it away. Diplomats, no doubt about it, staying back and playing defense. Here's Pele trying to do something about this 2-1 game. Diplomats. He gets by Spavin to Jomo Sono. Jomo's going to try to go in front. He has fought off the ball. Bobby Stokes kicks it away from him, and another race going for the ball. Sono still has it. Referee says no call here. No call here. Now the referee's mad at one of the Diplomat players who tried to nail Sono after that. Now Jomo goes down. Bobby Stokes talking to Jomo Sono.
There's going to be another yellow card. Another yellow card has just been leveled on one of the Diplomats.
That's going to be against, I believe, Bobby Stokes. Now Sono was actually pushing off to get the last ball. He was really pushing off. The referee didn't call that, and the Diplomats got mad, and then Sono got nailed. All right, free kick coming from the Cosmos, just outside the penalty area. Let's see what they do. They have Etherington in the goal. They have Sono in there. Topic in the penalty area. Now Werner Roth, good in the air in the penalty area, and Bobby Smith in the penalty area. Outside, they've got Mifflin and Garbett. All right, here's Carlos Alberto. He gets it to Pele. Back to Alberto, a great ball. Here's a shot and another Martin save.
Man, he is brilliant tonight. Absolutely brilliant. He has been not only equal to the task, but has gone above and beyond. And take another look. You see Carlos Alberto giving it off to Pele. Watch this return from Pele right through. Good ball. Carlos Alberto winding, shooting, and Eric Martin right there. What a save. And coming in from the far side was Jomo looking for a rebound, as was Terry Garbett.
Cosmos again, thwarted by Eric Martin with 16 minutes to play in the game. Cosmos in Tampa Bay Wednesday. Giant Stadium, an 8 o'clock game. We've had some 7:05 games this year. Remember, that one is at 8 o'clock.
I think that's good, too, for the fans that, that's a work day Wednesday, and a lot of the fans will have a little bit more time to get to Giant Stadium. And, of course, we want you to be there and bring your radios. We'll be on the air at 8 o'clock over WOR. Time remaining 15:35 in the match. Washington still leading by the score of 2-1, which was the score at halftime. There's the story right there.
Please get your tickets for that Pele farewell on October the 1st. Don't be caught short, because they've sold over 40,000. And by next week, who knows if there's going to be any tickets left. All right, with the ball now, it's Alan Green to Alan Spavin, the coach. Spavin at the midfield line, a long ball, intending it for Mike Lester. Racing with him is Jadranko Topic, and he got it back nicely to Yassin. And the Cosmos have 15-10 to get back in the game. It's 2-1 Diplomats. Carlos Alberto to Nelsie Moraes. Moraes for Sono. Sono was offside anyway. Jomo Sono was offside. They try to get it to Sono. Now another whistle and a substitution for the Diplomats. It'll be Gary Darrow coming in for Bobby Stokes. Gary Darrow in for Bobby Stokes. Darrow, number 10. There he is. Led the Diplomat club in scoring his first 2 years. A native of Bermuda, started in this league with the Montreal club, picked up by the Diplomats in '74 off the free agent list. He's been an outstanding and an original Washington Diplomat player. Howard?
Gary Darrell thus far this season has 3 goals as he comes into tonight's match. Still have 14:50 remaining as Darrell immediately gets involved in the play.
Gary Darrell, a lot of space. And now a good ball over here to Alan Green. Green against Werner Ross. Greeny to Gary Darrell, and Darrell's return pass broken up by Alberto. He read it beautifully. Now Moraes going with Spavin, and Nelsie gets the foul. Nelsie Moraes fouling the coach, Alan Spavin. Time remaining 14:27 in the game. Diplomats leading 2-1.
Good crowd tonight, Jim. 31,283, which a good crowd here at RFK Stadium in a soccer enthusiastic area, particularly amongst the young people in the surrounding communities. Coach, you know that better than I.
And the shot by McAllister goes wide. From RFK Stadium with the score, the Diplomats 2 and the Cosmos 1. A reminder, you're watching Cosmos Soccer.
Great tasting beer starts with country pure water, heading for the Schaefer Brewery in Lehigh Valley. Here, only country pure water is good enough to be Croydon brewed. That's brewing twice. For over 130 years, it's given every Schaefer a smooth, crisp, consistently great taste. Schaefer Consistency. Put it to the test. You'll find your last one tastes as good as your first.
In his first starring role, Richard Pryor is Wendell Scott in Greased Lightning. The hilarious and true story of a black taxi driver and bootlegger whose only dream in life was to become a stock car racer. A man who moved faster than Greased Lightning. Richard Pryor, Greased Lightning. Rated PG.
That's coming this summer to a theater near you. Time remaining, 12:50 in the match. Washington leading the Cosmos by the score of 2-1. I'm really amazed, Jim, at the fact that Pele has played the whole game. I didn't think he would play the whole game.
I think it might be a nice gesture from Eddie Fermani because he didn't play Beckenbauer and Canalia, and he wants the fans to look at Pele for the last time. I really feel that that's part of it. Also, maybe Eddie feels that Pele needs to work. He's taken him out the last couple of games. As we have a look at the ejections we had in the first half. The ejection scoreboard. Pringle of Diplomats, Wilner Diplomats out, Stevie Hunter. The Cosmos all in the first half. In fact, with 1:27 to play in the first half. And the Diplomats have played a man shy in the second half. They played a lot of defensive soccer, an occasional long ball to this man, Alan Green. But they've held the Cosmos out because of the great goalkeeping of Eric Martin.
You know, Jim, I realize that this is not our last game as far as the Cosmos are concerned, but we really owe a vote of thanks to all of the fans that have been watching us and listening to our broadcast over Channel 11, the Ms. Lou Television Network, and over WOR, and we'd like to thank the fans during the season for doing that, and stay right with us through the playoffs. There's a lot of action still to come.
Alberto up over Alan Green and knock it away to Werner Ross. We'll play some trivia with you in a second. Here's Terry Garbett. Garbett with the ball, and now it's passed behind Bobby Smith. Fans starting some staccato clapping. They'd like to see some action either way. Bobby Smith with the ball. And here's Gary Etherington with it from Mount Vernon High School in nearby Northern Virginia. What a thrill this is for him. And a great play, a great defensive play. And now a foul on Nelsie Moraes. Now, here's the trivia. Before the 9-2 game, I know there's a lot of great Cosmos fans out here that may know this. Before the 9-2 game, the last game played between these two clubs at this stadium, what was the score? All right, it was 2-1. It was 2-1. Washington won it. The goals were scored by Alan Spavin, a penalty kick, and Gary Darrell, and Randy Horton scored for the Cosmos, a 2-1 Diplomat win. It was the last game of the season that day as well. All right, with the ball on the right, Jadranko Topic. 10:34 to play in the game. Cosmos would love a goal here. Outside to Garbett. Terry Garbett. Looking now, he's got Etherington free on the left. Let's see if he can go against McAllister. He leaves it here for Bobby Smith. Smith in the penalty area. Jomo Sono to Gary Etherington. There's a shot, and now they're going to call a handball against the Cosmos, I believe. Both clubs were yelling for a hands ball. If it had been a hands ball against Washington, it would have been a penalty kick. Referee said play on.
Look at Pele hustling. I mean, here's a guy that's, 37 years old, whatever, that's a little thick out there on the surface, and with the humidity as high as it is out there, you'd think it would take a lot out of this man, but he's not stopped hustling. He's played not quite 90, 81 strong minutes out there. We still have 9:45 remaining in the match. And Washington leading it by the score of 2-1. Jimmy talked about Randy Horton. Last week, Giorgio Canaglia took 6 shots in the win over Connecticut, which gives him 259 shots taken in a career, which puts him at the top of the list, surpassing Randy Horton by 1.
There you see Bobby Smith in the air, how great he is up there. Great timing and great jumping ability. Now a foul against Jadranko Topic, fouling Coach Alan Spavin. Spavin directing his club. Now he gets it to Lester. Mike Lester now with 9:11 to play in the game. And there's going to be a foul against Topic. You know, Topic's had a lot of fouls. He's been on the ground a lot.
I don't know what
he's had a lot of fouls.
Yeah, I don't know what the record is for most fouls in a short span, but he just got 2 fouls within about 20 seconds. Well,
he's got to be tired now. He hasn't played in 7 or 8 weeks. You know, he's got to be a little under the, and he's been down a lot as well. Now another substitution. I believe Art Welch is going to come in the game. He's up off the Diplomat bench. Jadranko Topic, an outstanding Yugoslavian player, along with Dimitrijevic. They came this year. And we have Alan Green coming out. This young man. All right, here's Art Welch. Alan Green, this man here, led the club in scoring. This may be his last game with the Diplomats. He's going back to England. He's a first division player and a good one. And again, that should go without saying how much we at the Minnesota Television Network and the Cosmos appreciate the support you've given the telecast this year, the great ratings that we have gotten. And, of course, this isn't goodbye. I hope we have a couple more telecasts for you, and I know you hope the same, because if we do, that means the Cosmos are moving further along toward a championship. But I'd like to thank a lot of people, and I will before this telecast is over. People behind the scenes that do the job all the time. All right, Diplomats attacking a little bit, and now the Cosmos turn it around with Moraes. There's a good ball out to Topic. The grass will stop this from going over the sideline. That ball goes over at Giant Stadium. Good shot at Jadranko Topic, coming 35-yard line. You know, I say the Cosmos would love to tie it up here. I wonder. It's so hot down there. Here's a long ball, and there's going to be an offside against Moraes. I'm saying the Cosmos don't want to win it, Howard, but with 7:54 to go in the game, to get involved in an overtime and everything, they're thinking about this game right here. Cosmos against Tampa Bay on Wednesday. Giant Stadium. Get your tickets Monday.
I know one guy that's got his tickets, no question. Joe Manfredi over at St. Toyota, the official car dealer of the Cosmos. And you stop in and say hello to Joe at 1850 Coney Island Avenue in Brooklyn. He's going to give you good deals. All you have to do is just say, hey, look, Joe, I'm a Cosmos fan. Take care of me. And
Jimmy
he will.
Steele getting the ball out to Mike Lester. Now Lester with the ball. To Gary Darrell. In Cosmos zone. Back to Mike Lester. The clock ticking away in Diplomats' favor. 7:18 to play. That's unofficial time, but it's pretty close. Back to Spavin. Spavin's good pass to McAllister to Darrell. Washington now just playing, keeps the soccer ball. Now Spavin coming forward. Here's Allen to the box. Spav playing an outstanding game, running the show in the middle of the field. No doubt about it. And that's a lot of pressure for a coach to be on the field. Because if you make a mistake, then your players look at you and say, well, how are you going to tell me how to do it next time we go to practice?
Still have 6:45 remaining. Washington holding on to that 2-1 lead, which they've had since the first half.
That's Art Welch, number 13 against Warner Roth. They've had a lot of battles in this North American Soccer League. Both are veterans of the league. All right, Washington holding the ball now. They're playing a four-corner offense. All right, they put it in play right away. Here's Gary Darrell coming through, but the referee has called a foul before Gary Darrell started moving through, and I believe it's going to be against the Cosmos, and the clock ticking away with 6:12 to play in the game. Now let's watch it. Darrell put it in play right away, and then on the return pass, there was a foul. Now, you know, a lot of officials would have let this go because they would have called a continuation. Advantage, you know, really is to Washington. As we're back to the live action, the Washington player on the ground there, that's Bobby Stokes, I believe. Bobby Stokes, who was shaken up on the play. Wednesday, Cosmos in Tampa Bay, Giant Stadium. Howard, I know there's a brisk ticket sale for that, but there's a lot of good tickets remaining, and fans can pick them up Monday at a lot of locations, right?
Fidelity Union Trust is one of them, Jim. That's the bank branches in northern New Jersey. And also, they're on sale at 210 manufacturers Hanover branches, Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. Also at Ticketron, charge it, the Cosmos office at 75 Rockefeller Plaza in New York. and, of course, at Giant Stadium. And when you see the Cosmos traveling, they're going to be traveling in Paris slacks, the official wardrobe of the Cosmos, in casual slacks and jackets.
Free kick Diplomats. You see the wall. Spavin misses. Spavin missed it. And the time remaining 5:47. Cosmos to Pele. Pele, the last time in Washington. He's been here 8 or 9 times in his brilliant career. There's a long ball on the left to Gary Etherington. Here's Gary with a good move. Gets away from a tackle. Now chipping it over here, but headed out of there by Mike Lester. Garbett controls the ball. Gets by Darrell. Garbett still with it. Barry Garbett gets it inside, knocked off of Jomo Sono. It was too hard for Jomo. Now reacquired by Nelson Moraes, who's tripped by Gary Darrell, and the referee says play on. Referee says play on with 5:05 to go in the game. Washington trying to win their last game, trying to salvage something from a very tough season. The attendance here is announced at 31,000. I respectfully do not agree with that. I don't think it's that much, but it does not beat the record that was set in 75 here. All right, here's Pele. Here's a shot and a save by Martin.
That was a tough save, Jim. That was a lot tougher than it looked. It might have looked tough, but it was even tougher. And sitting up here, it looked tough. Watch this. Watch the Black Pearl just wind up, pushes it to his left foot, and then really lets loose. The shot was sinking, and Eric Martin made a brilliant save.
He smothered it. He played that beautifully, and I don't think he expected that shot from Pele, and Pele almost tied this game. It's 4:19 to play in the game, and Washington continues to lead in this match, 2-1. Last game for the Diplomats. The Cosmos play Wednesday against Tampa Bay at the Giant Stadium. Boy, I'm looking for a big crowd. Howard, I think we could have 60, maybe more for that.
Could be an all-time record. Cosmos, of course, have the all-time record of 62,000. Who could forget that on Father's Day when everything broke loose? That was really a big day, but it could be an even bigger one come Wednesday night. If you have not gotten your tickets, don't be left out of that one. It is going to be a swing out.
All right, Bobby Smith with the ball, and 3:42 to play in the game. 2-1, the Diplomats lead the Cosmos. Here's Gary Etherington crossing in front, a bit too far. Let's see if Warner Roth can get to it. He can. Saves it nicely in front. Martin saved it. Pele has it, and his shot is blocked by Hill. Hill saved the goal there as Martin was out of the goal. Kenny Hill, the defender, knocked it down. That would have tied the game. And the fans here give Kenny Hill a great round of applause, and he deserves it.
Boy, he
Watch
does.
this now. Now Werner Roth makes a good cross. Out comes Martin. Now he's out. Now Pele will chest it, control it, hit it, and Kenny Hill, 14, knocked the shot down.
Going to get a corner kick coming up now as we're back to the live action with 3 minutes remaining in the match. Cosmos trail at 2-1. But a corner kick coming up here. Carlos Alberto will set it in motion for the right corner of your screen. Short corner to Pele.
All right, Pele with the ball now. Time remaining 2:45. To Garbett in the penalty area, and Martin leaps out and saves it away from Jomo Sono and Jed Dranko Topic. And Martin a bit shaken up on the play. Martin flat on his back now in the goal area.
I don't know how hard he was hit, Jim, but we'll take another look at it now. You see the move as it gets through. And Jomo looking to get there for the loose ball, but Eric Martin's covered up, and I don't know how hard he was hit.
I think Sono hit him pretty good. Actually, Sono going for the ball and threw his foot in there, and I believe Eric Martin might have gotten it in the face. There's nothing very dirty about the play. It's just two players going for the ball, and when you're a goalkeeper, you have to accept things like this happening. The clock is stopped. One of the very few times in soccer a clock will be stopped, 2:35, because of the injury to Martin. There's Alan Spavin, number 6, the coach, walking away. This probably will be his last game.
Let's kind of refresh everybody's memory. Now on the 10th, which is Wednesday, we want to tell you that we'll have the game on the air on WOR Radio at 8:05. With the score here at RFK Stadium, Washington leading the Cosmos 2-1. You're watching Cosmos Soccer.
Damn, I wanted a diet soft drink.
That's what I got you, Alice.
Damn, this tastes too good.
It's supposed to, Alice.
Damn, this tastes fattening.
It tastes too good to be true. It's sugar-free Dr. Pepper.
Sugar-free Dr. Pepper.
It tastes too good to be true. It's
Marginalia. The best in the game. On their classy feet, you'll see only the best. Pony, the soccer shoe of champions. More and more of the world's finest athletes are turning to Pony because Pony means winning. And now you can wear the shoe of champions, too. Pony soccer shoes come in both men's and boys' sizes and are available at fine sporting goods stores everywhere. Back to the action with 2:14 remaining. Cosmos trail it 2-1, but they're on the attack as Nelson Moraes winds and shoots, but wide. And it will be a goal kick coming up for the Washington Diplomats with now 2 minutes remaining in the match.
Exactly 2 minutes to go in the match. Jim Carvellis, Howard David. I really like to thank Mizzou Television Network, the great technical crew. Bill Schwing directed all these telecasts. Roger Swing, outstanding isolate, slow motion replays that you've seen for the last 2 years. Job of Roger Swing, the great crews that we've had. John O'Reilly producing up here in the booth, and Vic Piano Jr. Claude Piano was with these telecasts much of the last couple of years. Here's a long cross. Etherington heading it, but Martin is diving to save it again. Now, that wasn't a very tough save. It looked good, but he saved it. Gary Etherington was high in the air trying to equalize the game.
What athlete does not like to hear the cheer of the crowd? And that brought the cheer of the crowd to the ears of Eric Martin. And, boy, you can't say enough about how well he has played tonight. After giving up 8 goals the last time around just a week or so ago, he holds the Cosmos to 1 goal right now thus far, and that was on a penalty kick.
I winner up, heading it to Pele. Now there's inside of a minute to play in the game. Gary Darrell on Pele, knocking it away. Gary Darrell with the interception. Gary Darrell stealing it from Pele. Now Darrell gets it over on the left here.
You know, there's only 40 seconds remaining before the end of the match as the crowd starts to inch out of their seats. Everybody wants to get close to number 10, Pele. Hey, by the way, if you have not picked up his autobiography, do so. My Life in the Beautiful Game. Autobiography of Pele with Robert Fish.
Carlos Alberto now with 22 seconds, Howard, on the left of Moraes. This may be the last offensive thrust for the Cosmos in the regular season. Carlos Alberto broken up by Alan Spavin with 10 seconds. Spavin now 2-on-2 on the right. The Redfern and the Diplomats will win this game on the save here, and the Diplomats will beat the Cosmos 2-1 here at RFK Stadium. They're running after Pele. He just threw his jersey away and said, "Go get it," and a battle between 2 Diplomats to get the jersey. And Pele just threw the jersey away and said, "Go get it, let me take off," and he did.
Good idea. Hey, listen, it's a jersey or the body, and I'd rather see them have the jersey.
2 Washington players go for the jersey. Why not? And that'll be the last game for the Diplomats during the 77 season. But at least, Howard, they can go out a winner.
Look at
they
this.
wanted to win this. Watch this. Pele sees the crowd. He says, here's the shirt.
Good movement, by the way. Hey,
great move.
You believe he's got that kind of movement left after
now
playing
watch
90
the 2
minutes?
Diplomat players go for it.
Yeah, that's great. All right, that's the story at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C., where the Cosmos fall to Washington 2-1 until Wednesday night, when we'll be at Giant Stadium to bring you the game on radio on WOR. For Jim Carvellis, this is Howard David saying so long from Washington.